Okay, so as promised, Enduro. This one is sand and dirt, but the game says that these tires are good for both, so in some vague one-dimensional fashion. We worked hard on these minigames, please play them. I never do. But I don't think you can without multiplayer, so... I don't know what portion of this is going to be... Enduro is usually very off-road, so a lot of this might be on sand instead of dirt, it's hard to tell. We'll just try to make it work. Enduro and Freestyle are probably my favorite so far, though, events, by a large margin. Just because they're the ones that you actually go out and explore the world. Even if in a very curtailed fashion. Oh man, Sonic has a very odd sounding engine. That's a detail that... Climax is one of those studios where you... It's really funny to listen to these songs and noticing what things they censor and what things they don't, by contrast. Anyways, what was I even saying? Oh, Climax is just one of those developers where you play a number of their games, you start to really notice the patterns in what they make. Like a lot of attention to control rumble is a thing that they do a lot. They tend to have very similar like profile / save game flows and autosave features and so on in their games. And I was thinking about something else just now, I'm forgetting what that was. Oh well. Don't hit the sign. Things you can hit in this game tend to be very heavy. Tends to be a bad idea to hit them because they'll wipe out pretty hard. They also tend to have online play. Max also tends to be very informal, generally speaking. Like, jeez, Cactus. You will find they tend to, if you look at the file names and the stuff they make and so on, you'll find that they tend to have profanity in the file names and things like that. It's just how they are. Every time I hear something slightly different than what I expect from these songs, it throws me off really hard. This is a very censored song in particular. Not without reason, but still. I forgot this game was... I don't know if I ever noticed that the song was censored in the game until I just went years not playing the game, but occasionally listened to these songs on their own. And what I did not realize was their unedited form. Or actually on that too, I didn't notice when that happened. Yeah. Ow! Decapitated. It's very awkwardly how they cut out the word drugs in the song. I love it. Yeah, I'm just stuck behind the entire time. Only by a little bit, though. It only matters how you finish, of course, but even so. Nope. Yeah, AI's wiping out a bit lately, too, I'm noticing. There's always a funny thing when games are supposed to get harder as you progress, but the AI actually also gets worse at the more difficult parts of the game as well. So sometimes it'll get easier in a certain sense because the AI will make more and more mistakes as the game progresses. I have definitely noticed racing games like that where more difficult courses have lots more mistakes on the AI's part. Ooh. I'm doing position-wise pretty bad. Oh, goodbye. Here's my position. Spot. Yeah, you can cut a big corner there. And things like that you can find are part of the key to Enduro, I think. Alright, one last lap. See what we can do. I think those arches there are where you get one of the loading screen pictures. I like lining those up with each other, just seeing where the pictures were taken. something I find oddly fun about it. Again, I like exploring the places and learning my way around them and so on. Don't go too fast here. So I guess that's part of it. Yeah, this guy has a lot more cornering than I do. Oh boy. Yeah, these guys are just gaining on me as I just go on flat land, more or less. I am falling a bit behind stat-wise. Do I just have, like, a skill advantage over the AI in the short races, or what? Because I find I catch up with them pretty easily and so on in those races. But then when it comes to, say, some other race types, they'll frequently catch up to me in places like that. But every now and then I'll just cut a corner that they don't bother cutting, also without even realizing it then. Hey. I'll gain a lot on them that way. Same right here. That's a nice little shortcut I can take at the, yeah, at the very last waypoint. That helps a lot. Okay. More Corey. Yeah, though. Still feeling that that slow burn of everyone else's bikes getting better and so on. So, the question, what do we want to do now? Is there anything else to do that's not quarry? Oh, we got done freestyle in the trailer park. That's one thing I should probably do. I should probably go back to Supercross at some point. I'm scared, but I probably should. I went way too far ahead in the Supercross before I should have, though. It's like, I'm only just now catching up to where I am in terms of round number in Supercross and all the other events right now, so... So maybe get a little bit more... Maybe I could... I'm thinking maybe I could... The freestyle here, that'll give me plenty of cash. I could probably get a better ATV at that point. Nope, no. But, oh no, probably not. These two that I'm seeing here aren't really interesting to me, I don't think. Unfortunately. The next bike that's appealing to me, yeah, this is a racing bike. There you go. I can live with lower braking cornering, I think. Yeah, all the racing bikes. Racing bikes with very low top speed is kind of weird, actually, but whatever. Everyone is racing. Everyone is racing. And this one's H-bomb. But really, like the next bike that appeals to me in order of price is probably AC. Which, in terms of stat, total doesn't look great, but the top speed and acceleration together both sum up in a very good way, even though you lose braking cornering in exchange for it. I mean, cornering does matter, but still. In the meantime, at least... These things also cost a lot. Like, this costs as much as a whole bike. I don't know if it's worth getting these. Yet, I mean to say. Nerf bars and front bumpers don't do anything stat-wise. I don't really care. It's not like you can really see them anyways, visually either. Yeah, so maybe a little bit of time before we actually find another thing we want to buy to increase our stats, which is a little concerning to me. because everyone else's stats are still increasing, but it's just the next couple bikes don't seem like an improvement to me for my purposes. Sure, maybe better acceleration, but that's not really what I'm hurting on most of the time, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I feel like the sort of things where you'd expect acceleration to matter most. The short tracks where you're doing lots of tight turns all the time and so on, I think. I guess they're not super tight turns, but still. Those are the ones I do best on. Whereas it's just long straight sections and everything else, like in Supercross or in Enduro, that I have some difficulty with. And in Enduro, I get ahead just by taking better paths than everyone else, I think. I don't know. Okay, anyhow. He starts just on the ground, which makes him so easy to collect by comparison to everything else. I love it. I still cannot wait to get to the eventual pro freestyle stuff. I don't know if you just have to complete the amateur freestyle stuff to access pro freestyle. That may be all it is. And I still want to savor the freestyle because it's my favorite stuff to do in the game. So I don't want to fly through all of it all at once or anything. But the game just has a very different mentality to the pro freestyle courses than it does the amateur freestyle ones. The amateur freestyle ones are just very comparatively vanilla, whereas the pro ones tend to have some kind of gimmick and so on, I guess is one way of putting it. And this one's really taking me all over. I like it. Not a lot of time left, but I think we'll be okay. If this was red, I would be concerned about picking up these targets, because each target's like a puzzle. I have to figure out how to actually approach the thing and pick it up and so on. But the green ones, just you find them and then you grab them because they're just sitting on the ground somewhere. Cool, I got a whole nothing credits for that. Awesome. And now I will just sit here for a little while. I learned my lesson from last time. I should just... That's not what I pressed, but okay, thanks. Oh. Should sit more or less over here. At least it's kind of hard to take a really hard turn, and... There you go. Yeah, though I have to keep doing shorter and shorter combos, essentially. Yeah, it's hard to do the 180 here, and... There you go. I have to keep these combos short. It's actually hard to get a lot of points this way, because... Nope. So it gives me combos as the game wants, just because it's not hard to do a lot of combos. It's hard to make those combos be worth much, but I don't need a lot of points combo-wise. Yeah, that's Tsunami. There you go. I forgot, yeah, no-hitter is another really easy one to get lots of points from, or to not get lots of points from, quite the opposite. Another one, it's easy to, do if you just want to do a trick. Right. I notice I barely ever do wheelies. They're so much harder to pull off than anything else. Flat land-wise, I feel like. Bicycles are comparatively very consistent. Not as many points as I could have gotten, but, you know, I had to cash in those combos. Okay, next time we'll keep going here, and that may be the end of Red Sand, so you might see the quarry next time, which, again, is where you start seeing places I think are cool, so Hooray! Bye, everyone.